again, because some of that stuff comes out in your third act or the end of your film. The idea that like the audience really gets handheld at points, right? Instead of just being like, it's just creepy, it's scary, just let it be those things. You don't have to have fucking all the information, or the information is there, but we're not going to be like, and then.
No! No, and then! No, and then!
Guess who's back? And I'm just as surprised as you are. Because today we're talking movies, we're talking Weapons, starring Julia Garner and Josh Brolin. Written and directed by Zach Cregger. I can make your parents hurt themselves. I can make them hurt each other. I can make them eat each other if I want to. Do I want to, Chris?
Yeah, but Scott, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back. But Scott did. Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of How'd You Like That Movie? As I said, the kids never came back, but Scott did. We're going to be talking about Weapons from director Zach Cregger. Scott, before you take it away, how was the trip, man? How was the trip? You were in Europe, sort of.
Yeah. I was in
not
Portugal.
sort of. You were in Europe.
I was in Europe. It was hard to come back. I'm not going to lie. It was hard to come back. It was such a fun time. Like everything there is so different. Beer's cheap.
They have
different.
universal healthcare and transit that works.
Yeah, and it's like, when you're dealing with these like 80-year-old Portuguese grandma panhandlers, they're not all up in your face with signs. They just ask you if you have money. You say no. They just literally call you mean to the face and say, I'm going to build a bomb and blow you up. Right? Like, they don't fuck around. Like, they want your change.
The Europeans, always one step ahead of us here in North America. As everybody can hear, somehow you'd think Scott and I have been making out or something because we both have the same raspy chest cold or whatever. So I don't know what's going on there.
I think it's because we were making out when I came back.
This is true. This is how much I miss Scott.
I love you, dude. I love you, bro, Montana. I love you, Holmes.
I don't know if, unfortunately, by the time you hear this, Cineplex over the long weekend here in Canada, the Labor Day weekend, for 2 days, they're doing $5 movie tickets. So, Scott, are you going to be taking advantage of this $5 option?
Possibly. I'm thinking about tonight. It all depends because I got my fantasy football draft today at 7. Depends when it's finished, but I'm thinking about going to watch Toxic Avenger because I probably will never pay full price for that movie, so might as well go watch it for $5. And I have enough C points that it's free.
So also 50th anniversary of Jaws, so I'm definitely going to be jumping into a theater to see Jaws again, and I might go catch Caught Stealing.
Oh, I heard that's good, man. I heard it. That is good.
I mean, it looks interesting, and it's who's the director on that?
Darren.
Aronofsky or whatever. Yeah,
I can't.
And then I might hit a rep cinema and see, was it Eggington, the one about the small town with like Pedro Pascal and stuff?
Pedro.
Yeah.
I was like, has he changed his name? He's so over that he's now Peter.
Anyway, okay, so you haven't saw anything interesting since we last recorded other than what we're going to talk about, or?
Oh, I saw we can talk about like K-pop Demon Hunters if you want.
That's the biggest, I think it's the biggest thing on Netflix ever.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to lie, I went in with no expectations, but I'm pretty sure it's all subliminal because I'm like, this movie is fucking good. The songs are catchy.
Are you into K-pop now?
Yeah. I'm literally getting my I don't know any K-pop bands. Name me one.
I don't.
But
Look at his face. This is not a face of someone who knows K-pop.
yeah. I'm all the concerts now. But yeah, no, it is actually like it is fucking well done. It's if I had to do it, it's a nice little like Romeo and Juliet, like, but with demons.
So it's an anime, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's in the same anime style as or animation style as Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I think my guess is with how like much this thing like fucking blew up, Sony's probably a little disappointed that they didn't just release it to the screens.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. That sounded like as soon as I heard it was about K-pop, I'm like, I don't understand how you did not do a theatrical release because there's so much how that could have gone well. Anyway, anything else you want to talk about before we jump into weapons, Scott?
Yes. I just want to go on a little tangent before we begin. First, again, great to be back. I want to say thank you to you, Chris, because I listened to that Naked Gun episode, and I heard the nice things you said about me.
Scott is like the best friend co-host you can have. He puts up with my shit. He should be he's like my platonic heterosexual life partner.
Boo.
I just want to say it's good to know that you can only compliment me when I'm not in the fucking room.
It's like our parents. That's how that works. This is how we were raised. We are from that generation. They take good things about us away from us. They say awful stuff to our face. So
yeah, so I was like, he cares. But I'm like, I guarantee you he's gonna put me down on my first episode back. But I also want to say I am a little disappointed in you as well. Because in that same episode, Joe asked you a question and you didn't even answer it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
When he asked you the question, like, name a remake that is better than the original. And you, like, off the top of my head, the minute he said it, I'm like, oh, John Carpenter's Thing. I'm like, Scarface. I'm like, fucking Heat. I'm like, how's Chris just fucking quiet? So as a movie podcast, like, I think you got to go to like critic jail or something like that, because like you should have had an answer.
Well, it's because I think my actual answer was something like Empire Strikes Back, and he's like, no, a remake, and I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. I got nothing right now. So
you're like, don't put me in the spot. I need a prep.
Okay, we're gonna give it to you, Scott, and let's talk about weapons.
All right, so for weapons, here's what I thought they did well. I thought Brolin acted the shit out of this. It's one of his recent performances that I really fucking enjoyed. I also like the Rashomon style, where you're just witnessing each character's perspective of
Look at that going to Kurosawa there, bud. So I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like
working
that.
out for Scott again.
What the fuck? No.
See, put you down as soon as you got back. You called upon it. Boop. It happened.
Like I thought that was well done too, right? Just watching each character's kind of like interpretation of the event. And I do think like the creep factor was done good. Like there are some scenes like that you're going there and like it is kind of fucking creepy, but overall I think I just had way too much expectation with this, with how much I enjoyed Barbarian, that I was waiting for like something similar. And obviously that's on me because I was waiting for the twist. I was waiting for when is this going to shift into something else, right? And it never really did. And like the thing I thought, like for me, I was kind of disappointed with was the it just didn't work for me, was Aunt Gladys. Like, and don't get me wrong, like Amy Madigan's performance was fucking good.
Yeah, like you're like the characters, like the acting, the job being done on the character is great, and the makeup and all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah, like I think that was great, but I don't know if Cregger just didn't know what really locked down what she was supposed to be, because during the movie she seems to change a lot, And I don't know if this is intentional because each time you're seeing her, you're seeing her through a different person's perspective. But you'd figure by the end of the third act, you know what the fuck Aunt Gladys is. You would kind of have a rough idea and know what's going in. And two, like even now, I have no fucking idea what she was supposed to be.
But why does it matter? Why does that matter? I mean, I think, and not to give too much away, I mean, the film's been out now for a couple weeks. What she is, whether she's a witch or if she's someone trying to use magic or whatever other thing you're concocting in your brain, doesn't really change like the plot structure, the plot device from Naked Gun of the film. Like the why is less important as the what that's occurring, right? Would you not agree?
Yeah, but if you're going, like, to me, if you're going through like this event and seeing it through different perspectives, by the time you get to the end, you should have a good understanding of why that initial event happened. Right? Like, what was it? Like, what is it in her being kind of that needed that? Right? Like, to me, like, and okay, spoilers. Like, it seems like she started out first perspective, kind of like a fucking Freddy Krueger when you're going through Julia Garner and Josh Brolin's perspective, because she's invading their dreams. By the time you get to the cop and the kid, she seems like she's fucking Pennywise from It, because she's now just off to the side waving at them, kind of like instigating something that never kind of comes to fruition. And then by the third, when you have the kid was Alex, right? When you have the kid's perspective, yeah, it seems like she's just like a witch that's feeding off of people for some reason. But there was no, like, because I think you needed, like, for me, I needed the menace. Like, what was she that, like, what makes her scary, right? Like, what is it that technically will terrify you about this person? And I never got that, right? Like, to me, it was just like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Agree, disagree?
I think that the actions are what's menacing. I can see your point. Like, we don't really get much about her true motivation. Yeah, we don't get a lot about her actual motivations for doing what she's doing. We have some ideas of why she might be doing it. Again, I think the terror... First off, the terror for me in this film is the way it's shot. Less about, like, the subject matter of, like, maybe this person's controlling people. It's what you're visually seeing. There's jump scares. The DOP does a fantastic job. It's Larkin Simple. He did Everything Everywhere All at Once. He also did some of the episodes of Beef for Netflix. It's kind of like, and I remember a conversation at some point about Rosemary's Baby, where the camera just gets moved. Polanski moves the camera just so you can almost see into a room, and it forces, like, the audience to almost physically try and see around the doorway, right? And they do that in this as well, where you're like, and you know it's coming. You're like, the camera's moving left and right or up or down, and you're like, you know that it's drawing your eye in a certain direction, and then you're waiting for the jump scare and stuff like that, and it's done extremely well. Also, there's some just, like, really great, like, there's some great drone shots and just really stable and solid camera work. And I think this film actually, it works on its acting, because I agree, Brolin and Gardner, actually everybody's, you know, including Alden Eldridge and Amy Madison, or is it Madigan, who plays Gladys. Everybody's doing, like, a great job. Dialogue solid. The film is good. I actually think that this is better than Barbarian, because I've said on this show multiple times, I don't like the third act of Barbarian. I think it gets a bit silly. Not just the first twist, but where that twist goes in Barbarian, I think is a bit fucking stupid. This is a much better composed film all around. Again, it is scary. I saw it in the theater. My issue, which is going to be kind of fucking standard Chris stuff, at points I was like, all right, come on, we got to move these scenes along a little bit faster. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes. It didn't need to be that. Like, you could have done a 100-minute film, kept up your pacing. And some people, listen, this is another one of these films where most people that I've talked to that you work in the film industry, stuff like that. Some of our guests in the past have been like, you're an idiot for not loving, like, just like there are some stands of this film right now. Like, there are people that are going like buck wild crazy, best movie of the year. I mean, they're like, oh, best horror movie of the year. I'm like, I mean, what else we got up there? What, Sinners? What else is on the list of best horror right now?
Well, you got Sinners. You got, like, to me, I think Together.
Yeah.
Right. That's still horror. That's body horror. There was that clown in the cornfield, but this one was better than that. I'm trying to think what else. There's the one I haven't watched it yet, but Prime with the guy from Aaron Paul. That one's supposed to be really good. It's like sci-fi horror.
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet though. And then you still got Black Phone 2 coming out.
Yeah. But I mean, those aren't out yet, right? So
right. Yeah, like like,
have you seen Bring Her Back? So it was
no, I haven't seen that yet either, but that one's supposed to be really good too from what I heard.
To give her a little shout out, actually, it was Katie Minnis. She's like a really high end makeup artist in the film industry in Canada. She's been a guest on our show before. She's a big fan of The Fly and Cronenberg. She was the one that's like, I'm just not even going to argue with you about this film. That's how much she liked it. I was like, all right. I was like, do you want to come to the show? She's like, I can't. I'm busy doing like actual work. Shut up. She didn't say shut up.
Oh, you're talking about for this movie?
Yeah, for Weapons.
Wow. Okay.
But she's the one who recommends seeing Bring Her Back. So I'm going to check that out for her and then tell her how awful it is, because that's what I do on this show. That is my job.
I don't know, man. Sally Hawkins is in that one.
Cool.
Sally Hawkins is.
Cool.
You're like, I don't even know who Sally Hawkins is.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Go
ahead.
Guillermo del Toro, the water one.
Oh, yes. Shape of Water.
The one that fucks. Yeah.
So listen, Samuel Adams.
Never miss an opportunity to enjoy a tasty Samuel Adams lager.
From Slate Magazine said, it's a creepy, nasty good time with scares that will make the audience jump in their seats and a few that will leave them profoundly unsettled. Yeah. There's some really graphic shit in this too. Like, you're watching it and that ending too, there's a couple other like violent deaths. Yeah, man. Like, I don't have anything like truly negative to say about this. I just got a bit bored at times. I mean,
yeah, I will agree. Like, to me, I think, and that's the thing that I think with me, like I think I just was expecting like too much. I think it just hung on to certain things a little bit too long, and there were certain perspectives like I don't think you needed either. Like the principal, I think you could have cut all of that out. Like
sure.
When it shifts to his perspective, because his perspective 15-20 minutes, but it's not even the perspective from the very beginning of the event, right? It's just from like a phone call that you see. So I think his perspective could have gotten taken out, and it just would have been way scarier too if you had no idea why.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need, and I've seen other criticism online about like again, because some of that stuff comes out in your third act or the end of your film. The idea that like the audience really gets handheld at points, right? Instead of just being like, it's just creepy, it's scary, just let it be those things. You don't have to have fucking all the information, or the information is there, but we're not going to be like, and then.
No, and then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the one scene I super enjoyed from this movie. And I think that's because it happened and then it never kind of went back to it, was close to the beginning when you're in Julia Gardner's perspective and she does the stakeout in front of the house.
Yep.
And then she passes out. And then you have that whole sequence with the scissors.
That was fucking good.
Right. And then you're expecting something, and then fucking it turns into something else where, you know, what they use the actual scissors for, and you're like, holy shit, right? Yeah. And then it never kind of like, then it just kind of like switches, and now it's just like, okay, now these people are just being weaponized to like as missiles going after these people. But like if you had like all of a sudden like fucking a takeover where she's slowly taking over the town by doing like creepy shit like that, I think for me I would have enjoyed it a whole lot more, right? Because it would have changed kind of the perspective and where it's going. But by the time you got to the end, I'm just like, I didn't even care anymore, right? Because I'm like, whatever, like this is happening, but it's doing it enough good that I think they announced like a fucking prequel where you're getting now her backstory and shit like that. I think is what was announced.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, so they made this bad boy for 38 million. As of the time of recording, I got a $220 million at the box office. So let's say they make 110 of that against 80, right? Like they take half of that, right? Your distributor or your theatrical takes the other half. So you made 110, and then you take let's say $80,000, 80 million out of that, 80, 90. So you're already like $40 million minimum in the black, right? That's great. That's good cash money. He so Cregger was smart. Oh, I haven't done the math on this. So they gave him $10 million as writer, director, and producer and final cut privileges when the deal was signed. He deferred $2 million of that to get 50 back-end points. Now, when I read that, I'm like, 50 usually means 50%. So maybe their point structure is different. But like, so 2 million, and then let's say it's 50%. Let's say they've done, like 80, like profit. That means 40, or what did I say, 40 million profit or something like that? That means his 2 million became 20 million, if I do that math right. Like that's called betting on yourself. That's like, fuck that. I'm already getting $8 million anyway. Take 2, throw it in the old ring. If I make a good film, I'm going to make way more money. It's sort of like Christopher Nolan made like, whatever it was, like 100 and some odd or $200 million off Oppenheimer because he had first dollar sales as director, right? So, but yeah, the original Barbarian film, they made it for like, was it like 4.5 million, and they did 45 million. So it made a ton of money too.
Yeah. I think I think as audience members, we want original IP, and you want to see where the money is put into. Right? Like I said, like you don't need like huge, super immersive visual effects, right? Like if the story's good, if the acting's good, and obviously the camera work is good, people are going to come to it. People are going to see to it. It's like fucking Field of Dreams, man. If you build it, they will come, right? And I think that's what Blumhouse was known for, but now they're on the kind of the lower trajectory where they're not doing, kind of like, the stories aren't there anymore. It's just like, here's an IP, here's Megan 2, right? Now we're just going to make it into Terminator 2, which like goes against everything you saw prior. So like that's why I think the audience is kind of rejecting them. But I do hope that because Black Phone 2 looks fucking good, so I do hope that that one kind of turns it around for Blumhouse.
So I agree with you. I think the thing that Blumhouse also stopped doing is they were able to always seem to source out like fairly inexpensive scripts and like productions, and then just like make a ton of bank off of that. And I mean, I don't know if that's because they really cut their teeth on the what was it?
Paranormal.
What?
Paranormal is the one that started it.
Well, yeah, but don't they own? Because there's a new one coming out, The Conjuring. Aren't they Conjuring?
No,
they
bought into Saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they bought into like Atomic Monster is Conjuring, but they bought into their portion of Saw. So now they're kind of doing the Halloween stuff where they're taking over the Saw franchise.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I mean, people, like I said, everybody's liking this film. It's got like, 94 from the critics, 86 from the audience from Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I could see that. Again, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I agree with you. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Should people see it in the theater? This is, I think, the interesting question.
I do think, like, as genre, like, horror is one of the best ones to watch as like in a group, right? Because like you're so entrenched in that environment that when one person jumps, all of a sudden you're kind of like you're having the one or two reactions where you're jumping with them or you're just laughing at them, kind of thing. So it just makes it a lot more enjoyable. Like my son, he's watched it twice already in theaters.
Oh, so he's feeling there's a rewatchability to it.
Yeah. Like he watched it with me when I went to go watch it. I brought him and I brought all my kids to go watch it. The best part with that one was my oldest. She knew nothing about it, didn't watch any trailers. I think she thought it was like an action movie or something like that. I have no idea, because it started and then like 5 minutes in, she leaned over to me like, "Is this a horror movie?" And I'm like, "Yep." And she's like, "Oh." And then I can tell like she's like now preparing herself, like, okay, I didn't know what was going on, so I gotta like prepare myself for horror. But yeah, he went yesterday with his friends to go watch it again, which, shame on you, Cineplex, because this is rated 18A. How did the 13-year-old get in there? I know it's $5 tickets and you're just like, fuck it, I just want it, but come on.
I mean, Scott's trying to wreck Scott, we know about your cinematic experience growing up, like rocking that big Portuguese face and head of yours. You were going to all the stuff you weren't supposed to be going to because you looked like a grown man. You're just like, "Hey, just come from a construction job." I don't know why you're Russian. Now you got like an Eastern European accent. I'm fucking awful at accents. I'm so bad.
You're like, "Hey, I'm laying the concrete."
Yeah, I'm just here to do the floor. Again, I don't know why you're from fucking Brooklyn now. Anyway.
Now I was going to say, fuck.
Welcome back. Do you have anything else you want to say? I would say, okay. Yes, go watch it in the theater, especially, I mean, again, if you're getting some cheap tickets or something like that. If you like horror, I mean, I just have no attention span. I probably need some ADHD medication or something like that. I'll be less funny, but I'll be a little more focused. Focused like a weapon. Yeah, go watch it in the theater. Like I said, the camera work is great. It's not awful. There's lots of scary stuff. You'll have fun. You'll have fun. Like, if you listen to this podcast, it'll be as fun as this podcast. Well, maybe not quite as fun as this podcast. Do you have anything else you want to say before I leave us with a quote there, Scott?
Yeah, just one thing. Another thing that I watched. If you're not watching fucking Alien Earth, definitely recommend that.
Yeah, it's a solid show. You got to get some Disney. Get some Disney for that.
Yeah, that's fucking good. I went in with lowered expectations, like Tinder date for Chris. But I came out.
No. That's
satisfied.
Tinder date with Chris. They have lowered expectations.
Yes, and just like these same dates after the date, I'm very well surprised and very satisfied.
Yeah, that's not the same as going on a date with me. That's true. Oh, by the way, the film I was trying to pronounce was Eddington. That's the film. It's the new one from Ari Aster.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave us with a quote. William Babini of The Wrap. He praised the cast, particular Brolin and Garner, for doing difficult, layered work, and the cinematography for finding the eerie camera angles in damn near every scene.
And that is our wrap for the day. Please like and subscribe to this podcast. Tell your friends. If you want to get a hold of us, reach us at the www.howdyoulikethatmovie.com.
So actually, funny, Scott, not only just from Eddington, but when I misspeak about Pedro Pascal or something like that, was it before the show started? Or no, it was right when the show started or whatever, right?
Yeah, he called him Peter.
Yeah. He was originally the one that was supposed to play Brolin's character. But there was a bunch of delays, like the entire cast primarily changed for this film. So thought that was interesting. Pedro's missed out because he's not in fucking everything. You know, this is one of the challenges I have with current Hollywood, where it's like, you're like, oh, I like that actor. And then you're like, oh, now I'm going to see that actor in like every fucking movie going forward until I don't like this actor.
Well, I can't, still somebody who's getting work.
No, good for him. Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah,
And I like Pedro. Like, I'm a big.
But I
Pedro
do
fan.
think, there is going to be a point, like, because it seems like right now, like, reading articles and stuff, and people talking about like Sydney Sweeney, right? Like, are people over Sydney Sweeney now that the 2 movies that she got released this year bombed, like back to back?
Well,
which I
maybe
didn't
don't.
even
Maybe
know.
don't. And listen, no fucking shade on Miss Sweeney. She's not being put in roles because they work for her and her acting type. People are trying to put her in roles to capitalize on her public persona, which basically, and she knows this, is just about sexuality. So until she goes and does some work on like dramatic acting and gets put in the right fucking vehicle, although she's gonna be, I think she has a film at TIFF right now where she plays like a boxer or something. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Production by Rod Shaver, Vader Monkey Productions.